Welcome back to the second segment of episode 95.
Yep.
And today we wanted to talk about why home ownership is so important.
And I think that this is one of those topics that we just assume everybody understands everything about it. And it's so important. I think that people for a long time were trying to crack the millennial buyer. And so this can be applied to the millennial buyer, but I think it's more importantly, we want to take a look at it from a 30,000 and just remind everyone of how important this home ownership is and how important it is to the actual infrastructure of the economy that we live in right now.
Right. And, I think one of the, if you look back over the last periods of time when we've had recessions, and whether they were the big one like we had from 2008 to 2012, or the minor short-term recessions that we had previous to that, you'll see that whatever has been applied to help with the economy from a government perspective usually focuses on housing. And it's through the adjustment of the short-term rate that the Fed borrows money with, or incentives for homeowners to step in and buy homes. Just there's always a lot of focus around it because there is so much financial impact on the economy.
And like you're saying, the government has just done such an amazing job over the last 12 years of incentivizing homeowners to become homeowners. And so there's a record, or there's a number out that says there's more homeowners in the last quarter because of these low interest rates. And that's something that we have talked about, and we saw, or we pulled up some statistics from NAR talking about how much a single homeowner adds to the economy right now.
Yeah, right now that a single home purchase adds roughly $87,000 in impact to the economy overall. There's about $20,000 of that is generated based on activities within the real estate community, and that means realtors, title companies, inspectors, appraisers, insurance. It is, it's a very, very broad field that falls into. And then, people go on to spend more money after that, and, they're going to Home Depot and they're buying furniture and they're, doing all those other things that come along with buying a home.
And people don't realize it, but these are the consumer-driven elements. And it's also one of those things that you're thinking about, that these are elements that are going to stay with the house in many instances and create an extended value. So someone who goes out and buys new home construction and plants 3 trees in the yard, in 20 years, those trees add a tremendous value. I mean, we see it time and time again when someone is looking at making a decision between 2 equal houses and the landscaping has been done. So we're not talking about money that's just being spent as it would be for entertainment or something of that nature, but this is actual something that you're putting into it that will continue to grow with the equity of the home.
Literally.
Didn't even know it was going to be that way, but there you go.
And the number 2 point is the individual wealth creation that happens. People that are homeowners have 11 times more wealth than people who are non-homeowners.
That's interesting. And I feel like there's so many professionals out there that are always talking about, especially this last round of the economic turmoil that we had, when they were talking about, oh, my 401k, oh, my 401k. And people are always so quick to max out what their total investment can be in a 401k, yet they're still renting. And at the end of the day, you take and multiply, 2,500 times 12, and that becomes a lot of money. That's $30,000 a year that you're putting out there that could have been an investment. And so we talk about how people have that 401k, but also once they become homeowners, in the future, you've actually established a bank of some sort that you're actually able to access and use for different projects, whether it's a renovation or whether it's to use in additional property purchase.
Absolutely. It's and that kind of leads into number 3, which is how investing in a piece of property kind of stabilizes the cost of your housing over the next period of ownership of owning at home. Yes, property taxes go up. Yes, insurance rates fluctuate. Yes, operating costs go up and down from time to time, but all of those factors are going to be fluctuating when you're renting, where your principal and interest, if you're on a fixed rate loan, is going to stay the same over the term of that ownership or over the term of that loan.
And these are just elements that we're trying to help people begin to let the seeds be planted so that they understand how important this all is.
Yeah. And, you know, really the last thing that I think comes into play is the homeowner pride that people begin to take in their neighborhoods. You know, that really becomes more of a community as opposed to a transient type
Right.
environment. And, you know, people literally put down roots.
Yep, and like an example of this would be like Hollywood Heights over in East Dallas. That's one of those neighborhoods. Bishop Art District is another one of the neighborhoods, and they've become destinations in and of themselves, like because of their Halloween party, because of their Easter parade, because of the way that they'll shut streets down in order to let trick-or-treaters go through. These are elements that people really desire in their life rather than have that transient, like you don't know who your next door neighbor is.
Right.
So these are elements that begin to add to a very stable life that is better for you and better for everyone else that lives in that house.
Absolutely.
So, well, we hope you thought this was interesting. It was just something that we thought would be quick and easy to talk about, yet it's still very important to homes and to the economy.
Absolutely. And if you have concerns about purchasing a home, give us a call and talk to us about it. We're happy to talk through it with you, help answer any questions that you might have. You know, not everybody is going to be a homeowner, and we know that. And so if it isn't something that fits for you, at least explore it with us and let's see if we can make you comfortable. And if we, you know, if we can't, we can't. But I think in most cases we do.
Yeah. And remember, we want to be your realtors for life.
Thank you.